The eastern cottontail rabbit is the most common rabbit in North America. Their entire life is based on speed. You might think that they're cute, or you might hate them for eating your garden. Either way, they are incredibly interesting animals. The eastern cottontail rabbit is crepuscular, meaning they are most active during dusk and dawn. They can be found throughout the Midwest, and their range extends as far south as South America. They spend most of their day hiding in burrows. Their burrows are not very deep. They are usually only small depressions in the ground under something like a bush or a log. Unlike most other species of rabbits, which live in large warrens, the eastern cottontail rabbits are highly territorial. They will chase off other rabbits from their territory and only come together for mating. Breeding season for the eastern cottontail rabbit starts in March and continues for all of summer. Eastern cottontail rabbits are polygamous, meaning they will breed with several different partners. Mating rituals are quite intense. The males will chase the female around, and the female will stop and fight with the male. They will punch and kick each other. This is done so that the female can see if the buck is strong and healthy. After mating season, females, also called does, will make a small depression in the ground around 4 to 6 inches deep. This den is where they will raise their young. The den is lined with fur from the doe's chest and grass. The den is made anywhere where there is suitable cover to hide from predators. Eastern cottontail rabbits, unsurprisingly, have lots of babies. A single litter can have between 3 to 8 bunnies, and they can have 2 to 5 litters every single year. The babies are born blind and deaf and are completely reliant on their mother for food. However, the mother doesn't stay at the nest for very long. She only comes to give them milk and leaves immediately afterwards. After about a week, their eyes begin to open. After 10 days, they start to eat their mother's cecotropes. This is essentially poop. However, this poop still has a lot of undigested food in it, and it also contains a lot of gut bacteria that the bunnies need to be able to digest solid food. After 2 weeks, they begin to leave their den. After a month, they leave their mother. The eastern cottontail rabbit is a herbivore. They will eat many different types of plants. They'll eat fruits, berries, and almost anything that's green. They'll eat many things we like to grow in our gardens, like lettuce and other fruits. During the winter, when food is scarce, they'll eat things like bark, twigs, and roots. A rabbit's digestive system isn't very good at extracting all the nutrients from their food. As a result, after they eat some plants, they poop out cecotropes. This is like poop, but it is very green as it contains mostly undigested plant matter. They eat their cecotropes in order to digest the nutrients they didn't get the first time around. If a rabbit doesn't eat these cecotropes, they will starve to death as they won't be able to get all the nutrients they need from just eating greens. You heard me right. Rabbits need to eat their own poop or they'll starve to death. Rabbits are common prey for many different animals. Animals like coyotes, bobcats, foxes, snakes, raccoons, minks, weasels, birds of prey like owls and hawks. Pretty much any animal that eats meat will eat a rabbit. As a result from all this predation, the eastern cottontail rabbit has many defenses. The eyes of the rabbit are on the side of their head, so that they almost have a 360-degree view of what's happening around them at all times. On top of that, they have a very sensitive nose that can pick up the smell of a predator approaching. Let's not forget their huge ears. Their ears are hypersensitive to any noise, and at a moment's notice, they can run up to 18 miles per hour. The eastern cottontail rabbit will try to run to cover. If they can't, they'll run in zigzags to try to lose their attacker. If they get caught, they have powerful legs and sharp teeth that they'll fight their attacker with. Speed is key when you're a rabbit, and when a rabbit starts to slow down even a little, they are quickly killed off by predators. This is why their average lifespan in the wild is 1 to 3 years, yet in captivity they can live up to 8 years. All this predation is needed to keep the eastern cottontail rabbit population in check. Because they breed so quickly, if they are not predated, they can quickly overrun and eat all the available food. You might be wondering if there's a difference between rabbits and hares, and although they are related, there are differences. True hares are in their own genus, Lepus. This includes jackrabbits. Even though they are called rabbits, they're actually hares. Hares are much bigger than rabbits and usually have longer legs and bigger ears. They're also less social. Another difference in their behavior is that when rabbits are threatened by a predator, rabbits quickly run to cover. But when a hare sees a predator, they can run for much longer distances and will prefer to outrun their predator over open terrain.